Hello everybody and welcome to Star Mountain Hikes. I'm John and today I am on the Paradise Trail in the Smith River National Recreation Area, and I'm hiking up to the Little Bald Hills Trail, which will take me into Redwood National Park and / Jedidiah Smith State Park, where I'll be camping at the Little Bald Hills backcountry camp, and then I'm gonna hike home from there. So come on and join me. Sure was nice of them to throw out the flower petals for me to walk on this trip. The fragrance of these white flowers are pretty intense. I could smell them all the way down the hill. I didn't expect the red huckleberry to be out already. There's one right here. Oops, where's the camera? Right there. And you can't see it. Anyway. A little tart, a little early, but not bad. The only real hazard I see on the trail so far, little poison oak. Little yarrow. The amount of wildflowers through here is pretty spectacular. Here's some little tiny lupins right here, and pan up to a lily that just hasn't started blooming yet, but it's going to be pretty here in a few days. Huh, looks like a corn lily even. Surprised to see that. Usually they're kind of in meadow areas, whereas this is kind of brushy through here, as you can see. Alright folks, I've made it up to the Little Bald Hills Trail, and I ditched my pack, and I'm gonna head back a mile to a mile and a half. It said a mile on the sign, but the map says a mile and a half, down to Rock Creek, which is another way to get on the Little Bald Hills Trail. I didn't take that way because it said that Rock Creek is not fordable from October through June. So I'm just gonna go down and check it out because I've never seen this little stretch of trail here before. Now, I didn't really know what these were at first, but now I'm guessing wild azaleas probably. Okay, now I'm approaching the Rock Creek Canyon. Okay, you cross a little water source here. waterfall there, pretty cool. This spring is coming right out of the ground right next to the trail. Pretty cool. A couple five-fingered ferns there. And the trail's going this way. Interesting flower. It almost looks like death camas to me. Now I've come down to a little flat area with thick second growth Doug fir timber. It's kind of pretty. Watch out for poison oak. I think I just brushed up against something. Hopefully I don't catch it off of my pants. And I think we're getting close to Rock Creek now. Let's go check it out. Okay, the poison oak's just a little too thick for me right here. But I can see the water down there. Let me zoom in. And it doesn't look that bad. It looks crossable to me. I probably could have come this way, but I'm glad I didn't, because I'm not going through this stuff right here. It's up over my head and it's all over and you can't miss it. Just to let you know, I did get off the trail for a little bit until I saw these pink flags. Down here too, there's a California bay that fell across the trail right there. So, yeah, look for these flags down toward the crossing. Check it out, that little pine sapling has just been destroyed. Looks like Bigfoot damage. See, here's another one. Completely fresh too. On this little white pine. Okay, I've been seeing so many wildflowers out here. The bad part about that is I've got a lot of work to do looking all the species names up. So, because a lot of them I don't know. Alright, the sun's breaking through the clouds as forecasted. I'm excited, it's going to be a great day. Here is a little glimpse of the South Fork of the Smith River through the trees from up on the ridge here. And I am zoomed in quite a bit. Let me zoom out. There we go. Alright, so I made it back to my pack. So 4 miles down, and I still have about 6 miles to go. I'm going to grab some water and continue on. Alright, I'm back to the trail junction here. Exactly 4 miles to the boundary, the park boundary, where I cross over from Smith River National Recreation Area to Redwood National Park. Yeah, it's a lot hotter than I thought it would be today. My thermometer is reading 79 at the moment, and I'm sweating quite a bit. Good practice for the mountains around here for this summer. These are Darlingtonia, or California pitcher plants. The only species of carnivorous plants around here. And then look at what we have here. This looks like some kind of lady slipper. I am completely unfamiliar with that. Oops, there we go. That's pretty awesome. Such a diverse area. Now we're going through a little stand of knobcone pine. So cool. And up on top, we'll have like these little prairies. We've come to a little meadow here where there is a new type of flower. And it looks like phlox. Okay, all of my smellable items are definitely going in the bear box tonight. After what I just saw back there. It appears that we are at the end of the Gasky Ranger District, otherwise known as the Smith River National Recreation Area. And now we are entering Redwood National and State Parks. I need some fanfare music or something. Okay, we should be coming up on the prairie areas pretty soon. That should be interesting this time of year. I've never seen it during peak wildflower season. And here we are. We've made it to the prairie and Jeffrey pine ecosystem here. Okay, I'm up on top of Little Bald Hill, enjoying the view to the west. And if I zoom in close enough, I do believe that's the ocean out there. And the other cool thing about the top of this hill is there's an old survey marker here. 1941. It's been here a while. This is how you know it's a Jeffrey pine. You can grab the cones without painful, sharp little pricks poking you because they point down. Otherwise, it's a ponderosa pine. The saying is prickly ponderosa, gentle Jeffrey. And here's what it looks like in the prairie habitat up here. A little different, a little drier. Very pretty. There's some kind of structure or something out there. I don't know quite what it is. Some old junk, most likely. So it looks like an old fence post or something too. I never noticed that before. Oh, it may even be the well to the campground. Maybe a pipe runs down to the campground from there. Because we're probably only about a mile from the campground, something like that. Okay, quick tour of the campground before anybody else gets here. Here is my site that I have chosen. It's next to a meadow. And my tent is right down there. Not the most level tent site in the world. It's going to be interesting sleeping tonight. As you can see, there's a bear box right there, but I think that's actually for the next campground or the next campsite. Our bear box is right up this little trail right there. I don't know if you can see that. Let me zoom. Right there. So let's take a walk, shall we? And this is kind of just so that I can remember if I want to come back here again what this campsite's like. Okay, this is campsite 1 over here. It's bear box. It's got 2 huge Doug fir trees right here. But look at all these huge dead branches it has too. Wouldn't want to put a tent under there, quite frankly. But there are some places away from those trees in this site to pitch a tent. And it's actually a nice little campground here. The water is right there. Let's go check the water. I actually already filled up on water. And, oh, denied. We have no water here. Yeah, do not drink, that's right. Anyway. Here's the sign. I guess I'm in site 3. I think the group camp is all the way down at the end. I'll show it to you here. There's a little horse corral, and that horse trough does have water in it, and that's where I had to get my water, unfortunately. There were 2 horses that I saw on the trail earlier today. Okay, here is the actual trail to my site right there. And as you can see, I'm right on the edge of a pretty little meadow. Let's keep going, see what else we can find up here. Trying to find the trail to the next campsite here. Honestly, I don't think there is one. I think it just loops around. And I think that's the group camp in there. It's a couple different picnic tables. Bear locker close. And if you look in through there, you can barely see the privy. Or I guess outhouse we call it around here. So that's the way, that's the trail to the privy. And this has to be the group camp. It's not very well signed here. And it looks like there's trails to some tent spots out there. And I see another picnic table out that way. Here is their bear box. And another bear box, it looks like. Oh, there's another campsite right there. Interesting. Don't know what that is. Odd. There's stuff in it. Looks like there's a tent and an air mattress in there. Somebody forget their stuff? Now the Park Service is gonna have to pack that out. Thanks, guys. I wish I had enough room on my pack to pack it out, but it's not gonna happen. Looks like somebody's been tenting right here. It's kind of a crappy tent spot. Right on the grass. Not a durable surface. But there's no other place here. I don't see one anywhere. And back there is my little camp. I'm the only one in the sun right now. And that's it. That completes the backcountry campground tour. It appears that the coastal fog is moving in here about 8 o'clock tonight, but I'm doing quite alright. I've got a fire going behind me, as you can see, and it's going to be a great night. Good morning, everybody. It's day 2 of my little overnight trip here, and I'm just filtering some water before heading out. Time is about 5:45 in the morning. Goodbye, campsite. It was an okay night. The only complaints that could be made was that the water spigot is off or doesn't have any water, and the bear locker for site number 1 doesn't close fully. That one right there. And quite frankly, the restrooms are creepy. But it was a pretty cool night, and now it's time to move on. It's before 6 a.m. There's a shot of the creepy outhouse. Okay, from this point on, it's gonna be mostly downhill. There's gonna be, I'd say about an 1,800 foot drop in elevation, and then some minor ups and downs after that. So right now I'm going to enjoy the downhill part. Wow, look at this tree. Old dead fir. Let's make that the tree of the day. Pseudotsuga menziesii. You can see what Porterford cedar root disease does. Man, these rhododendron areas are so beautiful. I love hiking through these. There's gonna be a ton of thimbleberries in here not too long from now. Okay, here on the national park land, we're still kind of in second growth forest, but I see a sign coming up that designates the Jedidiah Smith State Park boundary, and that, my folks, will be old growth redwood. So let's go check it out. Look at all these things along the trail. Not even sure what they are. Pretty cool. Okay, I've hiked all this to here. Now I hike down to here. And I'm heading this way. Let's see if the summer footbridge is in. Okay, it's 7:21 in the morning. And I'm crossing Howland Hills Road to start the river trail. Which is right here. Let's go check it out. Okay, here's the river down below us. And downtown Hyuchi is just across the river here. There appears to be a little river access point here. But I'm not doing that. I am going this way. And I'm almost to the Stout Grove. decent sized little creek. Probably a good place to fill up on water if you needed some. I, however, am good. I'm going to keep going. Looks like we're pretty close to Stout Grove, judging from the size of the trees now. I think just past that log in the background there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's where Stout Grove begins. And this is the busiest destination in this park, typically. So I'm glad I'm here very early before a bunch of people show up. Okay, this is kind of the gateway here through these gigantic redwoods. And here is Stout Grove. And we're gonna take a right. Just keep following the river. That's pretty much what we're gonna do until we get to the highway. Okay, I stayed right at that intersection and now I'm heading down to the Mill Creek crossing. If they don't have the bridges in yet, I'm gonna have to wade through it. We shall see. Okay, they don't have the bridges yet, I'm seeing, but the creek looks nice and low, so it should be easy to ford. Let's go take a closer look. Wow, the creek and the river bar here have really changed since last year. This used to be like a beach right here. And across the way there is the campground. The main drive-in campground, that is. And this is the Smith River. Okay, I took my hiking boots and socks off and rolled up my pants. And sorry, a fish jumping caught my eye, and waded through the water in sandals, and now I'm changed back into my hiking boots, all nice and dry and ready to continue. This is about the halfway point, 4 more miles left, all fairly flat. There's a little up and down on the Hyuchi Trail, which I'm about to start right up those steps there. Okay, here we are at the trail junction, the Mill Creek and Hyuchi Trail, and I am taking a right on the Hyuchi Trail. And this right here, across from Stout Grove, across Mill Creek from Stout Grove, is one of my favorite little stands of forest. Very beautiful through here. It's very pretty this morning. It's deep green color showing through. Here is a view spot where we can enjoy the river. And I think I can see the peak I hiked down from in the background there. And then I've been hiking around the river ever since hitting the bottom of that little hill. Very, very pretty. Okay, I made it to the turnoff to the Hatton Trail. And my trail walk today is almost complete. Then after that, it's a 2-mile road walk. Okay, these steps lead down to the road. And there's the road right there, the bridge in fact, that I'm going to be crossing. Okay, here I am on the road walk. Almost done with the hike. And we are looking down at Society Hole. And I better hang on to my camera here. I don't want it falling in the river. Look at all the daisies. Guess I'm lucky the state just mowed this for me. Hey guys, what, you never see somebody with a backpack walking down the road before? Hey, you gonna follow me? Alright, so here I am. I hiked home. Goal accomplished. And I guess I'll see you on the next one. You don't have to like, share, comment, or subscribe. I really don't care. I'm just doing this for the fun. So, see you next time.